Man, hello everyone. KO, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well since I overslept.
I
I
know,
feel
I
great.
know. Man, I was up at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And my daughter was going back to school today, so we were up and at 'em pretty early. And I got to sit on the couch, have coffee. It was great. And I pulled up on Netflix. I just restarted watching the Arrow. Have you ever seen the Arrow?
I started the Arrow. I don't think I saw the last season or two, but yeah, I did start that.
Yeah, I just restarted the whole damn thing. I'm gonna rewatch it because I've missed bits and pieces of it and gonna check that out. So but also in house, we've got the Sunflower Man. Is it pronounced Cubu? Cubu?
Yeah, it's just the first two letters of my first name, first two letters of my last name.
Oh, okay,
QB
perfect.
1997. My real name
Well,
is Quinton.
okay, Quentin, good. Well, man, it's really good to meet you, and we're excited to have you on. I know you won the big prize, man, the Sunflower. So what? So how long have you been in Upland, first of all?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. I've been playing Upland since 2021, I think. I started out not knowing at all what I was doing. I was just logging in every week to renew my visa, and after about 6 months, I discovered treasure hunting, and that's what really got me in the game ever since that time.
Nice. So with do you like play in any certain neighborhoods? Are you part of any nodes? What's your like full involvement like in the game? What do you like to do?
Um, well, I'm not part of any nodes anymore. I used to be part of the Copacabana node.
Mm.
Um, that was a great time with Indiana Dan.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he had some private stuff going on and he wasn't able to play anymore. So after that, I uh, I stopped being part of that. Also because I also had things going on in my life. I I'm saving up to buy a condo right now with my fiance.
Oh,
So
awesome.
Oh,
for that for that,
congratulations.
for that reason, over the past thank you, over the past few years, I've also sold most of my properties. So yeah,
Very cool.
turning virtual estate into real estate.
Real estate.
Yeah.
so
That's not a bad trade.
so you were part of Copacabana. So we actually had some dealings with Indian Dan, I think it is. He was a really nice guy. We had some dealings early on with
He
him, and
was
I
a great guy.
know
Yeah.
he had to leave for personal reasons and understandable. But we always had really great interactions with him. So with this sunflower seed package nursery, I'm still trying to understand this whole thing. What information do you have that maybe the regular upland player doesn't have? And what are you going to do with these sunflowers? Are you going to spread them all over upland, or are you going to sell the nursery, or what's going on with this thing?
Well, so far I haven't received any more information than anyone else. So I'm also still waiting for that. But I've been trying to do some research, and I already figured out that I need a totem probably
Hmm.
to enable the nursery and help other players produce seeds at the nursery.
Okay.
So that's something I'll have to figure out in the future because I don't have any of that yet. Um, I'm not planning to sell the nursery for now unless I get like a really great offer that I cannot refuse. But
Hmm. Very
yeah,
cool.
I'm just planning on keeping it and just figure out along the way what I can do with it.
Nice. Very nice. Well, that's pretty cool. So it's like the first, really the first thing other than totems, to deal with like life, I guess. So it'd be interesting to see how that works out. And I guess, you'll be the only one that has it too. So that's pretty cool. That could be a really good, like long-term play for sure with Upland. And when you originally got into Upland, I think you said you did a little bit of treasure hunting. Was that your big thing?
Yeah, it still is nowadays. Like I've been on top of hunting leaderboards for a couple of years. Like I'm definitely not the best player, but top 10, top 20. I usually score high on the treasure rush.
That's awesome.
I'm a very competitive player, so city releases, treasure hunting. That's really what keeps Upland so fun for me.
Hmm. I know we did a lot of treasure hunting early on, and then there was that little gap of time where they were having trouble with like the web base, and I did pretty much all of my treasure hunting on web base. Just 'cause I got fat fingers and the phone screens are just so small. I had the hardest time, so I would do it on my pad. And when it got taken off of the web base, I just had a really hard time, and it was more frustrating than anything. And especially with the iPhones, I love my damn iPhone, but everything is glitchy when it comes like to treasure hunting because it crashes all the time, and just the web crashes were killing me. The app crash.
I can imagine that's very frustrating.
Now, when you
So I
do,
was lucky. I've always been playing on my phone.
oh, you were
I have a
okay.
very old
So
laptop.
so you play on the phone. Do you use Apple or what kind of base?
Android.
Android. Okay. I had a feeling when you said you do it pretty avidly. So because the iPhone is not functional as well for treasure hunting by any means.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pain. It really is. The pad was a little bit better, but then when they took it off of the web base, that's when I had issues. So I kind of put treasure hunting to the side for just a short time and looking to get back into it a little bit. I did enjoy it, and you get to earn sparklet, which is always good. So the more sparklet, the more you could build. And so other than the treasure hunting, so you've obviously, if you've been doing treasure hunting for a while, you've built up some sparklet. What kind of things do you like to build, like in Upland? Are you into building like structures, or what kind of stuff do you like to build?
Well, I still have a lot of empty properties, so yeah. For now, I'm just trying to fill those with small townhouses, stuff like that. I'm just trying to build everything up, like yeah, and just choosing the colors that I like.
Nice.
Nice. So you said, did you say you competitive treasure hunt on the phone?
Yeah.
Wow. And that's impressive. Um, what there's no way I could competitively do it on the I can't even competitively do it on the laptop. But I am much faster on the laptop than I am on the phone, so that's impressive.
Oh, yeah, I've tried it on my laptop before, but yeah, that didn't really work for me. As I said, I've been doing this since 2021, so by now my fingers are pretty
Yeah.
used to all the different swipes that I need to do.
It must be. That's pretty cool.
So I know we got a couple of questions in chat. I think one of them I can probably answer. Kuro Nico was asking if we could ask you if you're Dutch, and I believe you are. You're from the Netherlands,
Dutch.
correct? So Kuro Nico, he is Dutch.
Is it that obvious from the accent?
Is Kuro Nico from Netherlands as well? I think we met Kale. I don't remember, but I think when we were in Vegas last year, maybe the year before, did we not meet somebody from Netherlands? One of the young girls. I think she works with Netflix as well. Not D-Tech. Dayshak.
Oh,
She's from
I know the player.
Denmark, I think.
Oh, Denmark. Okay.
Don't quote me on that though. I think I think that's where she was from.
And let's see. Almost Human has got a question. He says, "Do you rent out Spark?"
Well, I used to on the platforms like the Spark Exchange.
Oh, okay.
I haven't done that for a while. I don't know if it's still up, the website, because I know that before they were having a maintenance for quite a long time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the status of that is actually, because I used to do a little bit on there. I've been doing most of my Spark rentals kind of like in game, I guess. But I know Almost Human's been doing a ton of building over in one of the neighborhoods there over in NTM. So if you're looking to make a little bit on your Spark rental, maybe reach out to him. I know he does a lot of active building.
Nice. So with winning the Sunflower, I mean, none of us really know exactly how it's going to work yet, but I mean, it's a pretty, historical thing for Upland. So, yeah, I mean that. So you said that you are going to probably for now keep it, unless there's some probably crazy thing, but.
Yeah, if someone offers me 20K, then I'm not going to say no. But
that's yeah.
That'll put a nice down payment on that condo, right?
There's always a number.
Yeah.
There's always a number, right?
There's always a number, indeed. Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. So you plan to where do you think that you would put that sunflower shop up? Have you thought about that if you did?
Well, I'm not sure if I get a property with the nursery already on it, or
That's a
if I
good
can
question.
put it anywhere I like. But yeah, I was thinking something somewhere central, and I recently learned that Kansas is apparently called the Sunflower State, so it would seem very fitting to put it in Kansas.
There is
That's
a
actually pretty.
really cool area that's kind of central as well, in the United States. Is in, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's called Hyde Park, LA, and is a really good community there, and probably can find
I
some
think I've heard about that. Yeah.
properties to do something nice there if you're interested. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, but I
Uh,
also read that we don't know yet if the seeds can just be produced anywhere. Like, because I think they also wanted to do something with different climates.
Mm-hmm.
That like palm trees can only be produced in southern cities and something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how all that plays out because obviously, within the world, there's different climates and different things grow in different areas. And, I wouldn't expect to see like a palm tree, farm up in New York or something like that. It might be a little
No,
odd.
exactly. So,
So it'd be interesting.
no, but Hyde Park is also definitely an option if it's possible. Why not?
Yeah, we have a
well,
decent community. I mean, we could definitely work something out, I'm sure. And I've got totems too. I've got totems.
All right, cool,
So,
cool. That's
yeah,
good to know.
yeah.
now I've already seen in chat there's a rival node, the North Grapeland Heights
Hmm.
um, pirates, and I've already seen them in chat trying to lure you over there as well. So you might have some tough decisions coming up. Some people reaching out to you. It's all fun. It's all good fun.
Yeah,
I, I'm
exactly.
ex-
Like,
I'm
yeah,
excited for you. I'm glad that you won. I hope it's um, I don't know, profitable, or I hope it's worth it. I hope that it is something that's a lot of fun, and I think people are going to be excited about it. So
yeah, I hope so too. And also something that I want to mention, like ever since I was a child, I've had a big obsession with nature, like
Hmm.
plants, trees, insects, especially as well. So I think this is the most fitting prize as well that I could have won.
Oh, that's interesting. So, in saying that, what did you think about the roadmap with all the life and all that stuff that's going to be coming out? That had to be pretty exciting for you.
Yeah, exactly. It seems super interesting, like all the different trees that they're gonna put into the game, and hopefully also animals at some point. Yeah, that's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, I think the animals, once that comes out, I think that's going to be huge. I know, we had the cafes in Upland are kind of on hold right now because it's just the technology is just not there and the utility, I think. But in our cafe that we have in Hyde Park, we actually had like a little tiger. And just seeing the tiger in there, I thought it was like the coolest thing to see like a pet in game. And I know so many people are into like, pets with dogs, cats, what have you. So I think that's going to be a great addition, to the Upland Metaverse down the road. And who knows how that'll work, with the crossover of other environments long term. So, but I really am excited about some of the life and stuff to come.
Yeah, me too. Super excited about it.
I have another question for you.
Okay.
I'm
KO, you're
looking
just
here.
drilling them.
I am. I am. I just.
I can handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at your Director Block Explorer. I actually pulled it up there to see if you got a
Oh, sure.
if you're able to pull it up. I was wondering if there was any story. I really like it. I was wondering if there's any backstory to it, or
Yeah, like after I got out of high school, I wanted to travel around the world for a bit, and I decided to go to Cambodia, like just solo travel. I was 18 years old. I wanted to explore a new place, and I had read online that there were these giant geckos living there called tokay geckos. So one of the goals that I had on that travel was to see one of those big geckos. Um, I've been
nice.
searching
Did you
all
get to see?
over to find one. I was like in pretty natural area, and I was searching with my flashlight at night. Finally found one, and then the next place I got, I was staying in a hostel, and they were just running around in the hostel, on the ceiling, on the walls. So after I'd been searching nights to see one. Yeah,
That's too funny
so
that he.
it's one of my favorite animals, the tokay gecko. So yeah, that's why I decided to get that as my personal block explorer.
Well, that stays on theme with the nature and plants and animals, everything. So nice,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
awesome. Well, anything else we can grill them about there, SC? I thought anybody in chat have any questions for Cubu?
What I guess what got you into Upland? You know, what was the first thing that gave you exposure to the Upland community and getting involved in this crazy game that we all play?
Well, I just discovered it one day in the Play Store, and I just downloaded the app because it seemed interesting. I've always been a fan of like competitive games like Monopoly or something like that. So the comment besides mine that the best BE I've ever seen. Thanks. No, but I've always been a fan of games like that, and this seemed like a virtual version of Monopoly based on the real world. So what was not to like?
Yeah.
That's how I got into it. As I said, I started hunting after a while, and that's how I started interacting with like more and more people in the community. And
Now, are you a big gamer? Do you
yeah.
play a lot of games, or what kind of stuff are you into, like in real life?
Well, I'm not a big gamer at all. Like I don't play any games basically.
Okay.
Start playing Pokemon Go again last year, but besides that, not really any games.
Oh, that's cool. So you do play some card games a little. Oh, wait, Pokemon Go is that other game, isn't it?
Pokemon Go. It's also on phone.
Okay. Very cool. Now, have you ever played Pokemon the card game?
No, that always seemed quite difficult for me to learn how exactly it worked. So I was never really interested in that.
Interesting. We have, I don't know if you know, we actually have a card game coming out, and it's a martial art card
Really?
game, and is really, really easy to learn, and it's just a lot of fun, really interactive. So we'll have that coming out soon. I grew up playing card games like Magic, and I played D&D as a kid. So, and then that tied in with my whole life, you know, being in martial arts. It kind of brought apart, you know, making a card game with all the other stuff that we have going on within Hyde Park. So it was pretty interesting. But it's interesting for you to say that it's kind of hard. It looks like it's hard to play, because when I first started playing Magic the Gathering, it was really easy to learn. But then over the years, as it started to evolve, it's gotten kind of difficult so for new players that are starting to play now, there's a little bit more of a learning curve, I would think.
Yeah, but I guess that's with most games that evolve over time. I think Upland nowadays is also more difficult to learn than when we started playing. Like so
Yeah,
many
that's
things were
true.
added, like cars, stuff like that. That didn't exist when I started, and also when you started, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have anything. We bought property, and I know, gosh, for the first 3 months, I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. We were just buying property and earning the interest. And,
Exactly. Yeah.
you know, what are we going to do with all this? And now there's like the cars, and the cars has been pretty cool. Have you done any racing? Do you partake in any of that, or have a car?
I do have a car, but I've never tried racing. I think it's only on the web version, right? Or is it also on the app nowadays?
I believe you can race on phone too, I believe. I
Okay.
usually race
Okay, I'll
on
definitely have to give that a
web.
try.
I think you can play on the KO. Do you know, can you race on phone? I think you can.
Race in
Cars?
Upland?
Yeah. Can you race on the phone
Yeah.
now? Okay, I thought so.
hmm
Okay. I'm gonna give that a try in that case.
I think one of the things with racing is sometimes in some of the bigger, like really well developed tracks and areas where there's a lot of like buildings and stuff. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to load on the phone, I heard. So sometimes it's a little bit easier, you know, to do like on the web base. But and I think most tracks it's not too bad though.
Okay, cool. Like I've always wanted to try it, but like I thought it was only on the web version of Upland.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I had one of my first exposures with like some of the players in Upland is we did this event in Creedmoor. Shachtelin's neighborhood. We had Dak, Mass Chef, and TML. They got together and put together this really cool like charity event. And that was my first exposure to racing. It was really cool. We got out there and we were racing cars. And when they first came out, there wasn't a lot to it because the cars just did their own thing. It was all AI generated. You didn't really race the car. And, now to where it's evolved where you could actually control the cars, it's been a lot of fun. The kart racing is kind of cool. It's got like the power boosts and different things. And then you have your competitive car racing that we get into. But it's been a lot of fun to get out there with the community and just kind of have fun, You could win a little bit of UPIX, you could lose a little bit of UPIX, and at the end of the day, it's all a lot of fun. So,
Okay, cool. I used to play a lot of Mario Kart as a kid.
oh,
So
that's KO's jam.
I still play Mario Kart. My wife and I have a Switch, and we played. There's a game called It Takes Two, which is an awesome multiplayer game. I think it won some awards and stuff. And then we played Mario Kart. So that's the only two games that we played.
awesome.
So you said you were 12th on the Treasure Hunter, the Treasure Rush challenge for this.
Yeah.
So I was doing some math at that because I thought I had a chance to get the top 50. I thought I had a shot at it. I did not. I'm averaging 12 treasures per rush. The winners at the top are between 18 and 19 and a half treasures per rush. I mean you got to be up there in that kind of bracket, right?
Yeah, I think I had like 17.5 treasures on average per rush.
17 and a half. So that's, I don't know. Do you got any? I know RDP was actually asking for tips and stuff too. Do you have any, like, if you had one tip or one common mistake that people make, like what would you say would that be?
Well, I know it's very cliche what I'm about to say, but I think the most important thing is just keep practicing a lot. Like you'll discover how it works. You'll learn to read the arrows. I think that's the most important thing. Like when I started out in 2021, I definitely was not nearly as fast as I am now. Just try hunting those standards. Also participate in every rush that you can afford to participate in, and yeah, you'll get better over time.
So just like I tell my students, reps and practice.
Yep. Always comes
You
down
don't
to
magically
practice.
get better. Those wobbly arrows, I hate them. Do they mess with you
I
at all?
also hate
Or
them, to be honest.
okay, all
No,
right.
I don't like them at all. Like sometimes I don't know if they're pointing like straight down or to the side, or like I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know why they updated the system. It worked the way it was. Like they didn't need to change anything, in my opinion.
At times it's like 90 degrees different. Like it because it's wobbling, and I try to go somewhere in the middle, and it's like, no, it was 90 degrees that way. So
yeah, exactly. I also experienced that, so I don't know what's going on with that. But
oh, so frustrating. Yeah.
I kind of missed it at the beginning of the stream, but happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. The big day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
My phone keeps going off, so I apologize you're having to hear that on the stream today, but it keeps beeping off for Father's Day wishes.
So you said your fiance. So you guys are planning to get married. Is that soon, or is that in the future? If you don't mind asking.
Like yeah, of course you can ask. Like we're engaged for a little over 1 year now, but my fiance is from the Philippines. She's also watching the stream right now, so hi. Yeah, she's currently working in Malaysia, and she doesn't have a lot of leave days, so it's a bit difficult to arrange for now. But she will be in Malaysia for 1 more year, and then we're hoping to get married somewhere in the middle of 2026.
Very cool.
Beautiful.
You said she's from
wedding somewhere on the beach in the Philippines.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Mountains.
So does she speak Tagalog?
Bisaya.
Okay. I learned the numbers in Tagalog. I know the basics because I do train a lot of Filipino stick and knife, and we learned a little bit of some of the words and phrases, anyways.
Okay, that's really cool. Like I've been trying to learn a bit of Bisaya, but I still don't know any words.
Nice. Sorry, Happy MFR was saying that we should put up 10K for every time your phone goes off, just like the train goes off.
Oh no!
in their show. I think that's a great idea.
For
I'm on
some
board
reason,
for
my
this,
phone
Happy.
is connecting to my computer too, so when it dings, it actually dings twice. Crazy. Damn, Apple kills me.
Oh man. Well, awesome. This has been great. I'm glad that you were able to jump on with us and share some of your experiences in Upland. And you know, I hope, you know, one thing I hope for Upland is that they make this happen sooner than later. You know, compared to some other things that they've released in the in the past. So
Yeah, we're not
I
talking
hope.
about planes.
So my hope for you is that it comes to and everyone, because everyone wants to start experiencing and experimenting with life in Upland. So I hope that it comes sooner than later.
I feel like it's going to start happening quicker.
I really hope
That's
so.
what my gut
I
says.
really can't
But
wait to.
what was that?
Oh, I can't wait to see Upland covered in sunflowers. That's what I wanted to say. It's just really exciting.
Yeah, because that means people are buying them from you.
Right? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm just messing. No, we want to see that too. And that's what my gut says. My gut says it's happening fairly quick, but I also am guarded. I'm also, you know, cautiously optimistic. So we'll see. Time will tell.
We'll see.
Yeah, I heard I saw some rumblings in chat yesterday that the totem seasons were going to start happening a lot quicker to be ready. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a big push for that to start bringing out, you know, more things that are living.
Crap. I don't know about that. I need a break. I just got done. I just got done.
Well, if that happens, I finally need to get into the whole totem thing because I still don't own any totems.
Yeah, they're
Gotcha.
depending on which ones you have. You know, if you have a lot of them and they're all different, it's a little bit time consuming. This last one was a little bit stressful. I had alarms set at all different times of the day and night, and missed some feedings. And then I don't know if it was a Apple thing off the app, but sometimes I would feed them, but they didn't really get fed, which was interesting because I ended up killing 2 totems like that because the feedings were off. They weren't actually taking. And then there was also some glitching with the collecting of the protum, I believe, where if you didn't actually hit the collect button, it doesn't auto collect, you miss it. So I think I missed some protum, some valuable protum a little bit this time. So I'll have to be a little more diligent the next go round.
Okay.
There's plenty
I don't
on
know
this.
how the whole proton thing works still, but it will convert. It will convert in stem at some point, right?
That's what we understand. Yeah.
And then that can be used to produce seeds or something.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to feed or how it's going to work. If it's, you know, like plant food, or I don't know how it's going to be used.
Okay.
If you want to learn more about the totems, if you join the Creedmoor server, you've talked to Umbrella Boy and a couple. Sorry, I'm forgetting some of the other names in there
Is it
that are
RDP, Umbrella Boy?
totem experts. Basically, they have broken everything down, and so they can tell you And there's lots on the secondary. Maybe I think Danny P 2000 is selling. He has like hundreds of them. I think he's selling some and stuff. So there's some good deals out there. I'm sure you can come across. So
Okay, great. I'll look into it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if you have trouble finding them, just reach out to one of us. I know I've got a couple totems. Be working, you know, we could work out a deal or something. And I have a hard time keeping up on them, and then I feel horrible. Like when I kill one, I feel like, you know, you're a bad person. I was like, I killed something. You know, it's like, oh man, I feel horrible.
But how does it work after you kill it? Can it still revive or something?
It does. It does revive for the next season because, you know, like the totems is all like a test, I think, you know, in like a training experience for the community to get used to feeding things. And if you do kill it, it's just dead for that season. It is revived and it comes back the next season. But as I understand it, like in Upland, like when we have trees and stuff, if those die, they stay dead.
Yeah, that's also what I heard,
So
which is pretty scary.
it is, yeah. Unless you're
You
in
don't want to end up with
Creedmoor,
a lot of
because they
dead
have
trees
the
in your
spooky
property.
village. Creedmoor's got the
Oh yeah,
spooky
they
village,
can
so
let them die.
yeah, they can keep them.
Nice. All right. Well, anything else for Kubu? I think we.
No, we
Uh,
appreciate you coming on and just sharing in the excitement of you winning this thing, and good luck with it. I'm looking forward to seeing how sunflowers are going to come out in Upland, and to be another great asset in Upland.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm really excited and can't wait to see Upland all green, covered in trees.
yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, it will be really neat. Bring it to life even more. So, well, it
Perfect.
was awesome hanging out with you this morning for a little bit, and you're welcome back anytime, of course. And look forward to connecting offline as well. So, do you have anything to close out or anything you want to promote?
No, I don't really want to promote anything. I just want to thank you guys again for having me and letting me introduce myself a bit also to the community. And yeah, I hope we can all work together to create something great out of this.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about community and creation, and there's so many creative minds out there. So hopefully we can get everybody to kind of work together and make a
Yeah,
really cool environment for us to play in.
that's also what I'm envisioning.
Yeah,
We'll see.
awesome.
All right, guys.
Well, we
Thanks for
will
having
hook
me
up
again.
with you
And
offline, but have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll be in touch soon.
all right,
All right,
have a nice day, guys. Bye bye.
take care.
Thank you, man. See ya.
All right, awesome. Well, that was great to be able to connect, and congrats. That's really exciting, and it's a player that has been in Upland for quite a while, actually, since 21, and really cool to see. All right, what
Why are
other
people?
crazy stuff do we have on the agenda? And Happy MFer, I would love to be able to do that, but I might have to dip into your bag of Upix, because Genesis Week wiped me out.
Uh,
I was so wiped out from Hong Kong, I almost couldn't do the scavenger hunt.
what for? Because of the sins?
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, not the sends, but like the travel, like some of the travel, because I was like, oh my God, am I going to make it? And it was a little stressful, actually.
That's hilarious. Too funny. Yeah. I don't know. People are messing with us. Human said the ninjas should just leave and Cubu should run the show. Thanks, Human. Appreciate that. And then somebody else, Dr. Ted said that it looks like I had jaundice or something like that. He said I look ill. Um,
It's
yeah,
the
it's not.
camera, I guess.
I don't
I
know
could have
people's
adjusted
problems.
that a little bit, but KO decided to sleep in a little bit. So,
The problem was I was up. I was up early, well, probably about the same time, 5, 6, 7, and then I just put my head back down for a minute, and that was a mistake. It did feel good though. I did get some. I'm exhausted from Genesis week. We had a busy week at work on top of Genesis week, so
yeah, we had a crazy busy week here, so it was insane. Hopefully, things get back to like regular this week. So, well, I guess we're kind of wrapping up Genesis week. I know we've got a crap ton of prizes to give out from the big giveaways. We have 5 carts to give away too. The balance of the carts from the stream that we did with Dirk on Wednesday. So we
yep.
are going to be giving out all of those today. So I'll get that set up in a little bit here, and I'll give you a hashtag. Actually, let me go ahead and get that started now for the giveaways. And then we do have the spin wheel for all of the other stuff from the event we've been holding for the whole week. So, but
While you're
Kale,
doing
what were
that,
your? Go ahead.
I was gonna say while you're doing that, I think we should talk about some of the big wins and maybe fails of the week. Kind of talk about the ups and downs, pros and
Perfect. That's
cons
exactly where I was going. Yeah.
of the week. Upland After Dark, they broke down some of the things pretty well the other night. I don't think we need to do a big breakdown, but maybe just some highlights. Let's see. You want to start with the positives or negatives first?
Let's let's go with actually let's go with the negatives first because I want to finish on a positive note on Father's Day and
That's good.
for the hashtag it's going to be hashtag Sunflower Man.
Hashtag Sunflower Man. He got a kick out of that when he saw the title.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I had three main ones. I had three main things that I did not like. And I was actually with L Slack because he brought it up on the Upland After Dark. The Gold Pass. The Gold Pass.
Wait, you were
Now,
hanging out with Elslack? What is this I'm just hearing about?
don't worry, I wasn't cheating on you. See,
Okay.
I was listening. They didn't even know it.
Okay. You were
In the
lurking?
background. I
Lurking's
was
okay.
lurking. I was
Okay.
lurking. Yeah, the Gold Pass. Now, if you break it down, okay, you're going to pay $6 or $7 anyway for the regular pass, so it's really an extra $13. You did get a cart and a block explorer for that, so $6 or $7 per one of those, which actually isn't bad for Upland standards. And so I thought that was so it's really not terrible. It's just the way that they presented it. I did agree with it's like I thought there's gonna be some special competitions that the gold pass holders were a
Mm-hmm.
part of, or a special giveaway, or I do think we should have got a Hong Kong property. Um, I,
Yeah.
I I do, yeah. So that was kind of a bust for me, honestly. I won. I mean, they gave out a lot of carts, so I mean, I'm actually gonna have two Genesis carts. I won one. Uh, so I don't know. It was in that block explorer that we got wasn't my favorite of the ones that I got. So anyway, how'd you feel on the gold pass?
Yeah, I'm with you. I honestly think the Gold Pass was a big fail. Just my opinion.
I
I
don't think it was a
would I
massive fail. I
no
just
no. I think it. Okay, that's a strong statement. You're right. More, I think Upland missed a big opportunity. Is
Yeah.
what I think. I think it could have been done even in like tiers. Maybe have some different tiers of passes. So maybe go to like a gold, silver, and bronze pass at
Hmm.
different amounts. So first of all, everybody could buy them. It's a number thing too, and then have for the gold pass if you were one of the lucky ones to get that one, maybe there's something a little bit extra, like you said. Maybe there's a Hong Kong property, maybe or hell, maybe the silver pass would have been the Hong Kong property. Maybe the gold pass would have been a Hong Kong property and maybe a cool Hong Kong structure that was only available that week in Genesis week, something special. Because when you go to the event, and you can't really compare an in-person event within an event like we had this year because they're two completely different creatures. And there's a lot of things that you can't replicate from an in-person event without a doubt. And I feel like they could have done something kind of special like that it would have made, like, so let's say next year we go back to in person. There could be things that in the non in person event that, someone at the event next year says, man, I remember last year, we weren't able to do this in person event, but we did get these cool things. I got this cool structure in Hong Kong. It's kind of like a one of a kind. You had to be in that group to get it. I think it would have been a little bit more like nostalgic. I just feel like we really missed, or not we, but Upland. I feel like Upland really missed on that. Just from a business perspective, I think they could have done better. And just my thoughts, because then you could, if you have the three different levels too, you could have three different price points, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I see Happy's point, and Picasso that hey, we got for $13 we got a cart and a bee, and some people got 25,000 epics. You know,
And
so yeah,
they were transparent with it too. I mean, to be fair, told us what was going to be in it for the most part, I believe, and it was only $20.
And I guess I'm reading the other thing, I'm reading the article again right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me pull it over here. I guess I don't know. Maybe I built up in my head more than what it was going to be, but let's see. Is it
So,
over here?
like, okay, so the cosmetic drops, that would have been cool. So, if you have a gold pass, maybe you get special cosmetic
There,
drops, something different.
that would have been a cheap, at least I think cheap,
That would have been
easy
simple. I mean,
thing
it
to.
doesn't cost anything, right?
Well, they have to pay their developers, but Genesis Week runs from June 9th to June 13th.
It's cheaper than an open bar. I mean,
I, probably, yeah. The limited Genesis Week 2025 Gold Pass adds an extra layer of rewards to your Genesis Week experience. No travel required. All players can join the events and festivities, but this pass unlocks exclusive prizes typically reserved for in-person attendees, including unique block explorers and a collector's bonuses for those who want to go all in. Burning the gold pass also counts as one of the 4 characters needed. What you'll get: the cosmetic drops, a block explorer, go-kart, and access to. I guess I was this access to bonus prize and opportunities during Genesis Week. Was the only thing with that was the chance to get 25k epics,
mm-hmm.
and I think that's where I was expecting more, because that was pretty much the only thing. So I don't know. I'm not too upset about it. I just thought there was a few more things they could have delivered. I think a bigger fail than that was the passes, the property passes.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
Um, Upland, if you keep selling passes like this, people are going to stop buying passes. This has been it's been bad. Uh, People buying these $5, $6 passes, and then their properties are. I've seen multiple 250,000, multiple 500,000 Upix properties.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just it's not doable for people. I think there needs to be um, I think they need to develop a window or a range of, okay, you're going to buy this pass. It can be anywhere between 20,000 and 150,000 Upix, so that way people can prepare for this, because a lot of people are upset with the passes. Um, put a range on there, and then people, at least then the knowledge is out there that, hey, if I buy this pass, it might be this big pass, or just limit those passes to, a more doable amount of Upix. What do you think on that?
Yeah, yeah, I might. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because there's lots of people that are upset that they can't go mint their property.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf has one of the worst. The wearable, I wasn't expecting a wearable this year because they're moving away from the cafes. Because they did do wearables last year, and if I'm not mistaken, last year you had to pay 10,000 Upix for those wearables. No, there was one year that they came out with, because I remember TML actually buying Upix with USD,
That's right.
because they did the wearables and you had to buy them for like 10k Upix or something like that.
Yeah, those they weren't for free. I don't believe. If they were, I don't remember that.
But yeah. All right, so there was the pass, and then the only other fail is that they did advertise in AMA, and they took some questions that were on the topic that they were talking about, but the community had a lot more questions to address. I did want to throw in there though, if you do go watch LSLAC's the interviews with Don and Dirk with us, there was also lots of Q&A in those.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there were issues that were addressed in those interviews. So go check those out. Um, but I did feel like they did advertise an AMA, and we didn't quite get a full AMA. So that was
Yeah.
my other. That was my other. I was actually hanging around on that. While I was hanging on that stream to see who won the awards and all that stuff. But um, I was looking forward to the AMA. So
Yeah, speaking of which, we didn't even touch on that yet with everything going on. But the congrats to all the winners, of the events of the Broadcaster of the Year, to Upland Guide winning Broadcaster. Congrats! I think this is his second time winning, isn't it? I believe. And then
For YK 2012.
yeah,
Yeah. Yep. Um,
yes,
YK
congrats.
2012 and Upland Terra.
Yeah, Upland Terra for Player of the Year, and then was it Charles FR for the creator of the year. So congrats to all of them, and good luck on the journey this year. So we get to start it all over again.
Yeah, we will keep grinding, keep working, and actually we got some exciting ideas. Nothing, I don't think drastic, but I think hopefully over the next year or two you'll see some, or not year or two, but this year we'll see some fun things we got that we're planning.
Oh yeah.
All right, those were my biggest gripes for the week. Did you have any others to add?
Let's see.
Anybody else in chat have any of the critiques? We'll call it constructive criticism.
I don't think so. I can't think of anything. I mean, off the top of my head, those are the really big things that stuck out to me. I know there was quite a few people that did comment on. They felt like there was like a lot of busy work to keep people busy. There was definitely a lot to do. I know I couldn't keep up on anything barely between the streams we were doing, and we had Dirk on Wednesday, so that took up some of that day, and just regular in real life things. I had a really difficult time. I kept up with the scavenger hunts. I hit the sends one day, I think. Maybe I hit them other days too with the scavenger hunts, but I almost missed a lot of the collection stuff. I know, KO, you reached out to me because you were looking at the leaderboard, and you're like, you're missing a lot of stuff here, and you helped me out with that, or I wouldn't even have made the list for that to be in for the prizes. And yeah, so there was a lot missed.
I disagree with the comment, and I don't think you said it, but about busy
No,
work.
I just heard it. I've heard it throughout the community. A lot of people.
They provided, just about, whatever you wanted to compete in, you could compete in.
Yep.
And so the only one I was unable to compete in was the burn event. Actually, not unable. I just didn't want to. The others I took part in because I was able to, and some people weren't. So I thought they provided a lot and hit a lot of different people in their interests in Upland. So yeah, I thought it was. I actually liked that there was a lot to do.
And going back to the point we made a while back, I think one of the streams we had either Mass Chef or Shaq, or it might have been both of them on stream, and we kind of talked about, where there's so much different stuff to do in Upland, we're going to kind of have to find our niche in what we want to do, because you're really, at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to do everything, unless you have the luxury of being able to play a game all day and not do anything else in life, no family stuff, and it's going to be very few people that are able to do that.
Well, or so like I competed in everything, but I was kind of mediocre in everything, So which I knew, but so but if I really dove into like carts, maybe I would maybe because if I wanted to win the carts, which I don't know if I could have, I was 9th on the list. Yeah, I needed some more time, boy darn. But I don't know if I could have got to y'all's times, because you guys were at 11 seconds faster than me, and I put up some decent times on those tracks. So boy darn got second, I believe, in the cart challenge.
I saw that.
Congrats.
That's awesome.
That was awesome. I was pulling for you for first. Where was I going with that? Oh, but if I didn't do the other competitions and just did the carts, maybe I could have gotten that top 3.
That's true.
But I did I wanted to kind of be everywhere, so that was my choice. So yeah,
I love racing, and I didn't even get to do any of the kart stuff just because I was busy.
yeah.
And just the weeks did not work out well for sure. But all right.
Yeah. But okay, and then I think anything else to add there, or you want to jump into the wins of the week?
Yeah, let's get into the wins.
Um, I think digital G Week was better for the masses.
For sure.
For the numbers, for getting people involved and getting to interact. So I think people that haven't not been to a G Week um, got to interact so much more than before. Where I could see where like G Week when it's live, things are kind of dead because we're not streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you've got one day of interviews and stuff. And everybody's busy at G Week. We're not hanging out in Discord. This week I hung out with people in Discord that I've never hung out with and got to meet them and talk to them. So that and then in talking to people, a lot more people were happy that they got to participate a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the digital did really well. In I know we've talked about coordinating and putting together like a meetup, maybe on our side of the world or what have you, and maybe long term they do continue to do some digital stuff, and maybe there's like more meetings or meetups, throughout the year for in-person events that are possibly sponsored by Upland. Who knows where to go in the long term.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard someone in chat earlier. They were talking about they think live G Week is done. They think that the virtual or the online version is the way they're going to go from the future. I'm up in the air on it. I mean, they're saying
Based
live G
on
Week is
based on the communication from Upland, I wouldn't think that, but like you said, that could change.
yeah, definitely could change. Um, he said he couldn't choose, so he voted for Lola Doyle. That's funny.
For a broadcaster or a player?
Broadcaster.
Nice.
The community content creators made the digital G Week work. Yes, Slack's 8-hour stream, the interviews that everyone was able to do made it a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge undertaking by those guys because I know Slack was actually under the weather for all that. So kudos to him for putting on that event. And I don't think people realize there's a lot of work that goes into streaming because we kind of fit this stuff in around our family life, work, and everything that we do. And I know Slack, man, as he was doing that 8-hour stream, he was picking up the kids in between, and
It was dedication for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So
I'll give a little win here real quick. That Upland, there was again. I'm gonna pull up this article. It was gonna be a fail, but it turned into a win today because we got a little Upland corrected it today. Let me find it really fast. There's a little blurb in here that a lot of people, including myself, missed. I want to show it. All right. If you're able to pull that up. Excuse me.
Oh, do you have it up? I'm sorry. I was playing with cameras here. I was trying to get rid of some of your jaundice. Still a work in progress there.
Maybe I am ill. I don't know. All right. Let's see. It's with the wars. Let's see. All right. To inflict damage, players must position their cannons. All right, hang on.
They even said, "Don't touch the tech." End up giving KO a sunburn.
Oh, I thought the Upland stream when they when it didn't work the first day. They had
Uh-huh.
tech issues. Me and Laban were in chat saying FC is there touching the tech. uh, all right, hang on. Was that it right there? Okay, I mean, this is why it was confusing. Coordinating drone takedowns and damaging the boss quickly is key to victory. Real-time progress will be displayed across 2 in-game leaderboards, one tracking players' total damage dealt, and the other showing the remaining health on the robot boss. Damage calculations occur every 10 minutes. Don't get too comfortable, the drones can move across the map. Where does it say it? It said, because, okay, here was the problem. You only got points if you did damage on the boss.
Oh.
I spent 200,000 UPIX on properties chasing those drones, getting points,
And you didn't
for
get points for it?
I didn't get Sparklet for it. The problem is
Oh.
the leaderboard was giving us points for attacking the drones. So then the Sparklet came out and it was not what everybody thought. And then it turns out, that everybody was confused because we didn't realize taking down the drones gave you no points for Sparklet. It gave you points, but they weren't counted towards a Sparklet. So a lot of people were upset with that. Upland dropped Sparklet this morning to those that made points on the drones. So to me, they righted it and everything is good. So that was a win. But I cannot find in this article where it actually says that. So I saw it in chat. Someone found it. So anyway. All right, but they righted it, so all is good. Yeah, I was definitely getting points for the drones, Lightning. And that, I mean, that's why I spent all that UPIX on those properties. You still with me, SC?
Yeah, I don't have any comments on the wars. I didn't participate.
It was the coolest wars yet. It was
That's what I've
it was
heard.
actually
Everybody was
actually
super excited about it, and I do like the system that they put in place. I thought it was pretty cool.
well, let's use the new POV mode to look at the robot. The robot is gonna stay. I thought that was awesome.
And that's up in Jefferson, right? So it's right up above Hyde Park there.
Yeah, and so as soon as we knew where the robot was, I went and picked up this property. Look at all these cannons still there. And so I'm going to keep my property. I wonder if
How much is that property? Yeah,
people already
gouging.
know. What else happened? I'm glad I was able to get
It's
one
that
cheap.
empty spot right there. So were those properties that nobody owned, or what were those properties where the drones and the robots sit?
So these are locked. They were only appearing on locked properties.
Oh, gotcha.
And it looks like these drones are going to stay as well, which is pretty cool. At least they said the robot was going to stay. They haven't said about the drones, but so far they're there. But that's going to stay in Upland for like, forever, which I thought was really cool, actually. So the first PvE Wars event happened right here in LA. But that was fun. I actually really enjoyed that. The Discord was going crazy for about, I can't remember how long it took us, maybe 36 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was going on for a little while.
We did it a lot faster than they thought. We had 24 hours left in the competition, so actually I think we did it faster than that because we only had 48 hours to work, and I think we got it done maybe 24 hours we got it done in.
Wow.
But the Sparklet Wards I got, where I probably get 3,500 Sparklet.
Damn, that's not bad. I guess.
So
that's a lot of how much UPIX?
Well, I spent 200K, but I got 100K of it back
Okay.
because I sold the properties cheap.
Hmm.
So basically 100,000 UPIX, and I did buy, obviously the cannons in the past. Uh, but I've made 10,000 Sparklet total from wars. Um, so to me, it's kind of like a Sparklet investment almost.
Mm-hmm. Vape said
Like,
he didn't get anything.
how many points did you get, babe?
He
Just
said
look
he was
that
on
up.
the leaderboard, but didn't get any drop for damaging the drones.
Let's let's maybe get a support ticket in. I know some people got it early this morning, and I didn't get it yet, and it came a little bit later.
Hmm.
Um, so, POV mode. What are your thoughts?
I like it. I think it looks amazing. I really do like the way things look. I know a lot of people weren't real crazy about the POV. They just thought there were other things that could have been maybe accomplished a little bit sooner, which is fair because there's some things that need to be fixed.
That is very fair.
But I mean, as far as like the POV, I think it's great. I think the assets look great. The properties look good. The structures, everything looks amazing. I think.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited about this. I think people, they're all right. There are still Upland. There are still quality of life things. Some property searches that for collections and stuff that need to be fixed. So that please take a look at those.
Yeah, yeah. The drop downs, for people that have to move a lot of like structure ornaments and map assets, especially for the owners, that would be a huge quality of life fix to have
Um,
some of that stuff for sure.
Property searches for collections and
Hmm.
map asset. Um, Being able to organize your map assets.
Yeah, would be great.
Yep, that needs to be done. Um, yeah. The prize was great. The sunflower, I thought the prize was good. Um, like I said, my gut says I want to be careful, but my gut says we're gonna get life sooner than later. Not, I think it's not gonna be like the planes and stuff,
Hmm.
where we haven't seen that come out. I think they really want to roll for the value of Sparklet. I
Hmm.
think they really, and they make income from selling Sparklet, and the more now, if we can get a burn mechanism to, like, it really makes sense, on it, unfortunately, plane travel doesn't really bring income for Upland. I mean, maybe a tiny bit, I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, Sparklet use case brings income to Upland.
Hmm.
So maybe there's going to be a quicker emphasis on that, basically. If we're burning Sparklet and there's more of a need for Sparklet.
Maybe so with the travel, I was kind of thinking about this the other day. So, it cost X amount of UPIX to travel, right? Depending on where you're going by plane, train, or automobile or whatever you're doing.
Hmm.
Why not make it? Well, I take that back. Automobile is Sparklet. I think that it should all be Sparklet. So if you want to travel, you have to use Sparklet.
Oh, well, but it's like if you travel, you pay Sparklet. Well, I don't know though, because you
I
pay
don't.
gas is what you need, but like if you're Ubering, you pay somebody money. Albix is the money.
Hmm.
But if we're spending Sparklet to travel, oof, I don't know. I think that'd be tough. That'd be a tough call.
And
What
does
if
it? It doesn't
Sparklet?
have to be. It doesn't have to be spent or burned. I meant staked. Like maybe you have to
Oh,
stake it while you travel, not spend it or burn it.
I see
But
now.
I mean that God, if the Sparklet went to the players that own the like the airports, that could be something as an earnings for people that have airports. I don't know.
That's interesting. I haven't thought of that.
So that I know, like, okay, so City Pigeon's got an airplane, right? I know he won the airplane last year, and maybe you have to stake Spark to fly your own plane or something. It seems like those mechanics are already there. I mean, that can be a simple way to start the airplanes, right? So if a player has an airplane, they should be able to fly that airplane just staking their Spark like you would on a car. The only thing different is that it's maybe you're staking more Sparklet, but it's a quicker time for travel.
Mm.
That would be something easy to implement because the mechanics are already there for cars. You just take the code or whatever it is, attach it to airplanes, and now there's a little bit of utility for the airplanes. They're not just sitting in like City Pigeons had that plane for a year now, right? And anybody else that's got planes, I know there's other people. But that would be a great way to get something started so that plane is not just sitting there in that player's wallet as a dead asset. Because as a player, it's frustrating, I'm sure. I can only imagine.
I mean, I guess Millen's right. With the cars, we're kind of already doing that. If you own a car and you're traveling, you stake Spark to travel. It doesn't cost you any epics. So
Yeah. So why not do
you
that
know,
with personal airplanes? The
yeah.
mechanics are already there. It should be that's an easy thing to do. I mean, that's like just add the code into it and that's it. Hell, there's only 7 planes out there? How many planes are there in the whole Upland? Not many of them, right?
There's not many.
Yeah.
There's more than that, um, but yeah. So the benefit to that right now, we I can travel within the U.S. with my cars. I should have left one overseas, but anyway, if he's got the plane, then then you can travel overseas, right?
Right.
And not have to pay, what was it, 3,000 epics to go to Hong Kong?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, so that at least brings it's for what they paid for him. It's take a long time to get your investment back, um, but it's a nice convenience if you have one. So yeah, that's right, Millen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think that makes sense.
I mean, to me in my brain, it seems like it's an easy fix. Maybe it's something that's not possible, but why wouldn't it be? Because
Yeah.
they have the same functionality, right? Because I think I heard City Pigeon say this somewhere, and I can't remember where I heard it, but on one of the streams that when the airplanes first came out, I think you could have entered those in a car race.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, a plane race. That would be fun.
I can't confirm that. Maybe CP can confirm that, but I think there was the option in the drop down menu, like when you were selecting your car, to select the airplane.
Oh, I wonder if they could set it up so, okay, you don't want to pay to travel, or if you want to pay, it'd be low amounts. But I mean, if you want to travel to San Francisco, you put a passenger van up there. What's the capacity of those? 6 or 4 or 8? Is
4
it?
maybe, I don't even know.
I think it's 8 actually, because I think the cars are
Yeah,
4.
Pigeon said it showed up as a vehicle
Interesting.
because I think he actually went and asked Upland before he tried to put it in a race.
So what I would do is station in LA and then put up, hey, I'm leaving at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm driving to San Francisco. There's 3 spots available. It costs you 50 epics each.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you just set it, and then maybe so that way it just automatically goes, and then you just wait for as soon as it fills up, as soon as people jump in, pay their 50 epics, and it takes their block explorer up to there.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people would do that. Like, oh,
Heck yeah.
I'll just go jump in SC Kicker's car. He's leaving at 2 o'clock. I'll just set it, and then I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to think about it. When I come home from work, I'll be in San Francisco,
Right.
whatever. And then you could do the same thing with planes. Man, you could just be traveling back and forth uh,
Heck yeah.
for city releases. Just, you know, although you'd argue that, you're making a smaller amount of epics, bigger players probably aren't gonna. worry about that too much. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see where all that goes, I guess.
Yeah. We got some giveaways to do.
Yeah, we've got the carts to do.
We got big prizes today.
Oh yeah, we got all kinds of stuff.
You want to jump into those now? You already got anything else to finish?
If SC, what does that say?
Your Uber review.
Oh, gotcha. I've got a high Uber rating actually.
For being a passenger.
Yeah, I got knocked down for something stupid. I was so pissed. I was running a 5-star, and I think I'm at like a 4.9 now.
What did you do to make the Uber driver mad?
Okay, so I was at the mall dropping off a rental car on one of my trips, and the Uber, I guess, only picks up at a certain spot, and it wasn't at the spot where it said rideshare, so they were on the other side, and I got nixed for that. It was like something super stupid.
How dare you?
Yeah, so I was pissed off though because I was like, I had a 5 rating going, 5-star rating or whatever.
That's funny. I don't even know what my Uber rating is, but I know I had some bad taxis a long time ago, many years ago. I know a couple taxi drivers that aren't happy with me from some late nights out.
Yeah.
But that was before Uber was in our town. So
You guys have, okay, so I took an Uber there one night. Did I tell you about this? I don't remember if I told you. We came
I was
there.
with you. I was with
Oh,
you.
you
one of
were
these
with
nights.
us.
Yeah.
So we take this Uber from our hotel. We were going to a restaurant or something after training. We were going to be out with the guys. So we'll Uber. And so a van picks us up. It was like I don't know, what are those vans called? The mommy vans.
Like a soccer
Mom van. Minivan.
Minivan.
Thank you. Yeah, so we're in this minivan, and these 2 ladies are in it. It's I think 2 sisters or whatever, and it was like the Witches of Eastwick. Man, it was creepy, and I think there was like 4 of us on this trip, and they were trying to like feed us candy, and I'm like, there's no way, And one of the guys took it, and we're watching him at the restaurant to see if he was going to die or something. So
I couldn't believe he ate that.
Oh, I was shocked. I was shocked
I
because
know.
this was a shady. It was a
It was
shady.
sketchy.
They were nice, but it was interesting. It was shady. Something was not right there. So, anyways, we go to this place and we eat dinner, and we were hanging out and talking about training, and we get the Uber on the way home. It was the same 2 ladies, and they were trying to feed us more candy, and it was the weirdest thing. I always remember that. I was like, I was a
Oh,
little bit afraid to get in it.
I'll never forget that.
I think they were stalking us. I'm telling you, they were like sitting outside that restaurant and just waiting for us to call for the second Uber home.
That was also the night that you introduced me to duck farts.
That was not me. That was one of the other guys. I think Brandon
I swear that was
introduced
you.
us. No, that was not me.
Oh,
That was the first time I had them too.
um, yeah,
I forget what was in it. They were actually pretty good.
yeah, it was a shot called a duck fart,
Hmm.
and I'll have to look it up. I actually hang on 2 seconds.
No, Millen, it wasn't. It wasn't Halloween. That was the creepy thing.
Yeah.
That was the creepy thing. There was something not right with those ladies, and I don't know. I think they could have hauled around some dead bodies or something.
Here it is. The duck fart is a layered, potent, and sweet shot that originated in Alaska in 1987.
Oh, interesting.
Getting a history lesson here. It's made with coffee liqueur, Irish cream, and whiskey. It was good.
It
That
was
does sound
good.
good.
It was good.
Um,
What was in that Irish cream you said?
Coffee liqueur, Irish cream, and whiskey.
Okay. I'm going to do
I'll
one
have
of
to
those
try that.
today for
I
Father's
might have to
Day.
try that.
I've got all the ingredients here, actually. I'm going to do it.
Nice. Enjoy your duck farts. We should do hashtag duck fart.
This
for,
was a little while back, City Pigeon. But you know what, though? Nobody follows this rule because I had, okay, so we did a training here in Craig. Actually, Craig from your academy came here with his wife, and we were going to like a Jimmy Buffett concert. Okay, so we go to this Jimmy Buffett concert. We took an Uber there, and then we had to wait forever to get an Uber to get out of the concert. A guy pulls in. There's four of us. It was me and my wife, him and his wife, and Craig's a big guy. So it was supposed to fit four people. This guy was driving with his girlfriend in the car in the front seat. So we had four of us in the back of a little car. So, Donna, my wife is sitting on my lap. His wife is sitting on his lap. We were crunched in there. Their heads are like being mushed against the top of the ceiling. We drove for about a half a mile, not even. And the traffic was bad. I was like, just drop us off at a freaking Waffle House. And we went to a Waffle House. We ate breakfast. And then we got another Uber home. But I remember that trip and I was like, what the hell? Because they know how many people they're picking up. And this was a little while back, so maybe the policies have changed, but he definitely had a driver.
Gosh.
Who is Jimmy Buffett.
That is hilarious.
I've actually seen a lot of Jimmy Buffett concerts. We took a bus. We organized a bus out of our neighborhood to go see Jimmy Buffett the one year when we first moved over here. It was a lot of fun.
You want to get these giveaways going? I do have
Yeah, we better. I'm actually supposed to go. I think I'm going to go to the comic and card event here in Charlotte, the expo.
Oh, nice. Oh, that'd be fun.
I'm trying to do that. Nobody wanted to go with me.
Well,
I was asked what I wanted to do for Father's Day, and I brought that up, and now I'm doing it myself.
I'll go with you. I see. I can be there by 3:30.
We did have we kind of celebrated Father's Day last night. We didn't do anything crazy. I just wanted to do something really simple. I didn't want to do anything crazy. So I was like, I haven't been to Outback in forever. I can't remember the last time I've been to an Outback. So we went there last night and actually had a great steak. And
Yeah.
I think the girls were drinking the flights of margaritas, and so I left the house. We leave the house here. I got there. I had no wallet with me. So I'm like, crap, I'm going to get ID'd and get, not even be able to have a drink. And I didn't get ID'd, but yeah, it was a good time. So we went there and we went to the golf simulator place and, just kind of hung out. So we did do that last night since my daughter wasn't going to be here today. She had to get back to where she goes to school for work and stuff like that. So, but it was a good night. It was a lot of fun. So today, I think I'm on my own if I go to the card thing.
So like, Dad, yeah, we celebrated last night. See ya.
Actually, it was really good. It's funny. I immediately when I got there, it said the Outback, and I immediately thought of Ben 68 and Swirly. So I had sent them a screenshot of it on Discord, and so Ben 68 said he's never been to one of those. They don't have them. And he said when he was in Japan, they had a bunch of them, and he went to one, and he said the food, he's been there a bunch of times. The food was so good. Yeah, Wolf, we could have had a fun time there, Wolf. Could have talked sports and comics, had a couple drinks, a steak.
Everybody, we'll do. I already have the spin wheel for the big USD prices made. So but if you guys want to get in for some carts and other prizes today, #SunflowerMan. #SunflowerMan.
City Pigeon said he used to give out shots of Jameson when he was driving in New Orleans.
What? There was we were in Atlanta at a baseball game, and the Uber had a drink menu.
Really?
And he had a drink menu in the car, and he had a cooler in the back.
Where's this?
I don't know if that in Atlanta. I don't know.
I think it depends on the state laws, because like in Tennessee, you guys can drink in the car as long as you're not the driver, correct? So the rules are not like that here.
Yeah, Tennessee's kind of the wild, wild west. You can kind of, it's wild here. Yeah, you can drink in the passenger seat and in the back seat. But in Atlanta, yeah, we got in the Uber. The first in the Uber got in, and there's a menu.
Mm-hmm.
And he would make you a margarita. He'd get you a beer. He'd like
who's driving while this is going on?
before you leave.
Oh,
So he'd be like,
okay.
he's like, "Do you want anything?" And I was like, "No, I'm good." That
So,
was
City
interesting.
Pigeon, are you a big Jameson guy? And if so, have you had picklebacks? Okay, have you ever had a pickleback?
Was that a shot?
It is pickle juice and Jameson or Prosper. Any of
Does
those?
not sound good.
Actually, wasn't bad.
Uh, wasn't bad doesn't mean good. Was it good or
It was good. It wasn't bad. Yeah,
it was good?
yeah. We did it
Ugh.
for New Year's one night. Me and my wife went to a party up the street at a neighbor's, and they had a crap ton of pickle jars just full of pickle juice, and they had a lot of Jameson. The next day wasn't as nice, but the they tasted decent actually.
Well,
Lightning Lake says doesn't sound too appetizing. Don't knock it
yeah,
till you try it though. Give it a try.
I'll have to try it once, but ooh. Um, all right. You want
All
to
right. Do you want to
giveaways?
do? Let's see. What do we want to do first? Do we want to do our giveaways?
Let's do the USD giveaways. Yes. That way, a few more people can get their hashtag Sunflower Man in the chat. So I will switch over to the spin wheel, and I'm gonna shuffle this here in just a minute.
Wolf's giving a tip on the comic book right now. Said get yourself a Caitlin Clark rookie card and an absolute Batman #1.
Oh, nice. I need to shill two things really quick before we do that.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, Wolf Warner's Funko Pop giveaway.
Oh yeah, the Deadpool.
Yeah, so I got my name in the hat for that. I want that thing. So he's giving away that for free. To enter, you need a North Grapeland Heights property. You need a wolf shield
Shield. Mm-hmm.
from Wolf Warner, and then you need a teabagger from Slag. So if you have those three things, hit up Wolf. You'll get your name in the hat for that. That's just an awesome giveaway. I just want people to know about it. Second thing is I need to share my screen really fast. I need to shout this person out. We're trying to get them on stream maybe next week. Let me see. I got to give a shout out to, if you can pull that screen up for me, I see.
It's coming. I got sidetracked by chat.
Yeah, I know.
Humans trying to throw us off our game.
Viva Las Upland. We've met these guys both years we went to Genesis Week.
Yeah.
And we don't interact a whole lot outside of that, but they have been quietly building in the background. Their node is in Vegas. And anyway, they have their site. If you like sports, so Wolf, I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know if you've looked at this, but you've got your. I'm not too knowledgeable on the sports squares. I've never done a whole lot of that, but it seemed super easy. You can earn entries, and the entries get you points to win prizes. So it's some really simple games like color match, chess, match dominoes. But
Nice.
you play these games and you get entries to win prizes. Then you can also you can it's just a simulator, but you can play different Vegas games, roulette, dice, blackjack, as just practice. Uh, so anyway, I thought it was cool what they were building. I checked out a few of the games. They looked cool, and I'm gonna take a look at the sports squares and learn a little bit more about that. But anyway, just wanted to give them a shout out. You guys go check that out. That is vivalasupland.com. And yeah, go check it out.
And one of those guys just moved not too far from me, actually. So
Oh,
definitely
cool.
hope they can make the meetup when we do the meetup.
Nice. All right. And now Here is our giveaway.
Oh, hold on. Go back to the giveaway.
Spin wheel.
Do we want to go through the prizes, or
Let's do them as we give it out. So,
okay, let me pull those up real quick. We can
we're
actually
going to give away the. I guess we have to give away the first prize first, right?
Definitely.
Make sure everybody gets there. Yeah.
Hold on, that's Miles and Guang.
All right. So, first place, 100 USD. Now, to get that USD, you're just going to put something up for sale in game. You can sell us whatever you want. It could be a absolute worthless legit, or you could put up a property, whatever you want to sell for 100 USD. But we will handle that in game. And then the Series 4 car, the Hyde Park property with a structure, a Genesis structure ornament, the gold. There's only 100 of these. How many of those are out? Like maybe 10 or
Not
15?
many, yeah.
So the Samurai Santa, Battle Arena, and a full set of red black ninjas. All right. So it's our biggest giveaway of the day. You ready, SC?
All right. Let's spin this bad boy up and.
To enter, guys, you had to repost our pinned post on X, and those are all of the entries for that. It's in the Discord, and then if you purchased assets in either of our shops, then you got your entries there. So those are all the entries. And let's go back to the wheel. Okay. Let's give this a few shuffles.
Human, it was for purchases too, of course, not just X. X was one for reposting, and then the rest of it was for buying assets in Hyde Park.
Alrighty. Okay, for the 100 USD package, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, guys, here we go.
Good luck.
Upland NFT.
All right. Upland NFT.
Now, the reason there's a question mark there is that was their X handle, and so I have them written down here on my list. I'll be reaching out and figure out the the proper in-game name. All right. Second prize.
We'll go to that one. Let me see. All right, so for the second place tier,
$50 USD, the Blue Dart cart, the Hyde Park property with the structure, silver bag, battle arena, and 2 sets of ninjas.
Nice. All right, let's see who's going to win it here.
All right, here we go. Who's it going to be? Ooh, see some good names in there. Hey, boy darn.
Nice, congrats.
Add to that top 10 collection status.
Yeah, that's right.
I am going to take you off the wheel, boy darn. And get ready for our third place prize.
All right, so third place. All right, here is tier 3. All right, so we have $25 USD, HP Property, the Ninja Training Bag Red, the HP Battle Arena, and a set of 3 red and black ninjas.
All right, third place. Here we go.
All right.
And let's do it.
Trendy prop.
Prop.
Right.
I gotta say, I was pulling for Trendy to win the because he had a entry in there for the nursery. So obviously want everybody to win, but partial to Trendy prop a little bit because he's pretty sure he would think about putting that in Hyde Park. So, but yeah, congrats to get that entry. That was close, Trendy, and congrats on getting third place.
All right, so we had Upland NFT winning the big prize, 100 USD plus. Boy Dern taking the second place with the $50 USD plus the package, and then Trendy Prop taking third for the 25 USD and the package. Congrats, guys.
And thank you everybody for the support. Thank you for your shares on X. Thank you for the purchases in the shop. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. I'm laughing in chat because we got to figure out this Nightbot. It's
I know, he's a
policing people
drill
in
sergeant,
chat.
man. I was just looking at that. He is tough.
Yeah, he's like policing our chat. So we gotta take a look at that. It's pretty funny. Zen Mafia, get off the stage. Stop spamming emotes.
Yeah, I saw him. He was giving, who was it? Elijah. He was giving Elijah a hard time at the beginning, I saw.
It's giving Wolf Warner a hard time.
See how bad you guys could piss him off.
Oh man. Awesome. Well, congrats. And so now we've got some Upland carts to give away.
Yeah.
We are doing this with the hashtag Sunflower Man. You have less than a minute to get that in there. We're gonna give away 5 Upland carts.
And coming up soon too, we have we're going to be giving away some awards. Me and KO have been watching, the Discords and the streams, the community overall for a pretty good period of time, and we've got some really cool awards that are going to be going out. So watch out for that. What other new stuff do we got going on? Oh, we have M Strikes is putting together the football coming up for football season. We'll have the football pick'ems as normal throughout the year, the football season, anyways. And then we've got the fantasy football. We're going to be doing a really cool Hyde Park Fantasy Football League. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We have some really cool ideas for that, and looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun event for sure.
Now that wheel was a different wheel there, James Bond. All right, hashtag Obi-Wan. Make sure it's hashtag Sunflower Man. Hashtag Sunflower Man. Millen's in the house.
Millen's been here.
Oh, he's been here?
He's been here all day.
I haven't seen him in chat.
I think so.
No, he's not. I
Yeah,
haven't seen him
Millen.
until just now.
No, Millen was in here when we were talking about sunflower stuff.
Oh, sorry, Millen. Internet outage, but here now. Hashtag Sunflower Man RDP. Type it again, Obi-Wan. There we go. All right. We ready to use our angry bot
I think
to
we
give away
can do
these
it.
cards?
Let's do it.
All right. I did like the Upland carts actually. The kind of Hot Wheels feel to them.
I like the front wheels, how they like turn.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, actually. I got to race mine the other day.
Yeah. Between that and just I loved Hot Wheels as a kid, and I kind of felt like it had that feel to it, so I did like it.
All right. Millen. That's
It's
awesome.
funny. Oh man. All right, guys. The hashtag is gonna pop. The winner's gonna pop up in chat. So this is how this spot works. It's not my favorite, but it's what we got right now.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So the first winner is for the first cart. We have 5 of these, so and those will come directly from Upland. So,
Yeah.
all right, here we go. Got 41 entries.
Nice. Is it going?
No, not yet. Just making sure everybody's in here.
I wanted to do a race, but I'm probably gonna be out of time.
Yeah, I'm pushing it on time too. All right, here we go.
All right, keep an eye in chat. Our first winner.
Obi-Wan.
Where'd you see it? Ah, there it is. Nice. Obi-Wan comes in last minute.
and got on there.
Types it wrong, and then types it right, gets his name in there, and wins.
All right,
And
next one. Here we go. Iron Hawk.
Nice, congrats.
All right, next one.
Keep them coming.
Oscars V. Oscars V.
Oscars V, I need an in-game name, please.
Yeah, if you guys are new listeners or first-time listeners, make sure to like and subscribe, of course, but definitely let us know your in-game name as well. We need that for any prizes. All right, here we go. The next one is...
Got 2 more. They give the same one?
Yeah, why did it do that? All right, that one's not in there. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, so that was Oscars V.
Yeah, next one.
Human.
Oh,
I think that might be Human's first win.
I think it is. Oh, man.
He is probably celebrating and ripping off his shirt right now.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, we got one left. So we got Obi-Wan, Ironhawk, 08, Oscar V, and Human was the 4th one. All right, the 5th winner. Here we go. Vape High Guy.
All right. Awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's what I figured, Kiro. Right. Congrats, everyone. I know that those have not gone out yet. They've been waiting for the final lists. Do it all in one batch. So probably next week you guys will get those cards. I am in touch with X1 on that to make sure those get out to everybody. So.
All right. Congrats to all the winners. We've got all of our other winners from the spin wheel competition for the Hyde Park giveaways.
That's a big day.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll get up with the winners and get you guys taken care of.
Make sure you guys please like, comment, subscribe, give a share. That'd be much appreciated. Yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
That was a great stream. We had the Sunflower Man on. We did finally hit me and Kale have had a goal for a while, actually, been working towards, and was hitting 500 subscribers. We did hit that. So I know we'll do a celebration stream for that as well. Probably do that when we give away our other awards that we've got going out.
Yep. Yeah, and thank you guys so much, and appreciate all the participation and support.
Yep, human, we beat pack.
All right, I got to get the grill ready. We're gonna grill out.
Yeah, I got to get rolling here. Actually, I got scheduling to do and all kinds of stuff, and hopefully I can get out to this comic event too, have a little bit of fun. So, but
Yeah,
everybody, thanks for joining us today, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. We've actually got some pretty cool interviews lined up coming up. So definitely stay tuned. You're going to get to see some cool people doing some cool things around the metaverse.
Awesome, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy.
Have a good one. Is Lightning streaming today? Lightning, you streaming?
If he is, it'll be in 3 hours, I think.
Nice. All right. Well, definitely hook up with Lightning Lake. He may be doing some streaming, and he always does some really cool car racing and has a lot of good info. So hook up with him and enjoy the rest of the day.
Later, everybody.